2025 is already proving to be such an interesting year for music, and in January, some albums absolutely delivered.
This is the greatest thing that I have ever seen. Out of everything that's on the internet.
But others, yeah, not so much. We've had some incredible releases, a few surprises, and some that should have stayed on the hard drive. So let's break down the best, worst, and middle of the road albums I listened to this month. Not necessarily the best and worst of the month, but just the ones that I got around to. Hey, I'm Eli Maynard, and I review albums. I've been writing reviews for albums on Album of the Year for the past 12 months now, and I've decided to start filming video content for them to be a bit more engaging. So I'm just going to give this a crack. But every month I'll be recapping the best and worst releases that I listen to. So if you love music takes, make sure to subscribe. This is the first video in this series, and I am excited to get into it. So yeah, January gave us some early album of the year contenders, a few surprises, and one of the most hilariously repetitive albums I've heard in a while. So let's get straight into it. Starting with the best albums of this month, pop is being redefined. We've had Charli XCX's Brat, Magdalena Bay's Imaginal Disc, both in 2024 and in 2023, Caroline Polachek's Desire, I Want to Turn Into You. And this new wave of pop, it's so fresh, it's so experimental, and it's unapologetically bold. It's exactly what the genre needed. And I think with the latest FKA Twigs, EUSEXUA, I'm not even sure if I pronounced that correctly, FKA Twigs has cemented her place at the forefront of this revolution. Every single FKA Twigs album that I've listened to, I've enjoyed. This album is no different. It's ethereal, it's innovative, and it's emotionally charged. It's really pushing pop music to these exciting new heights. And honestly, it's early in the year, but this is already a serious contender for me for Album of the Year. Favorite tracks on this one: Sticky, Wanderlust, EUSEXUA, Striptease, Perfect Stranger, Girl Feels Good, and Keep It, Hold It. Least favorite track is Drums of Death. Final verdict on this one, well, FKA Twigs is setting the bar high for 2025. I gave this one a 92 out of 100. Kele is the frontman of my favourite band, Block Party, yet his solo career, to be honest, it's been quite inconsistent, to say the least. But The Swinging Winds Part 3, I think this might be his best yet. It's genuinely fun. There's minimalistic instrumentals that kind of let his personality shine through. You can tell he just genuinely had a blast making this, and I think it's infectious. The lyrics are carefree, sometimes hilariously stupid. There's literally a song he sings on this about losing money in crypto, which I think is just objectively funny. It's nothing groundbreaking, but it's refreshing to see Kele embrace a looser, kind of more playful approach. Definitely his most enjoyable solo project to date. My favourite tracks on this one, it wasn't meant to be: Hometown Edge, Day and Night, Holy Work, Kintsugi, and Money Trouble. My least favourite tracks: Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, and The Arrangement. Final verdict on this one: it's weird, fun, and absolutely better than I expected. Probably underrated. I gave it a 78 out of 100. It's a big one, big release. It's tragic as hell, but I'm talking about Mac Miller's Balloonerism. It's a heavy, emotional listen, captures the darker, more reflective side of Mac, which is obviously especially tough to process as a listener after his passing. The weight of this project is undeniable. I think that's what makes it stand out. In saying that, I don't think it's on par with Swimming or Circles, which are both exceptional albums. I absolutely adore both of them. But while I respect what Balloonerism does bring to the table, I can't ignore that I do feel like some of the praise feels a little inflated because of his passing. And yeah, I mean, it is still a great album, but even as a massive Mac Miller fan, I can see that. I do genuinely think Swimming and Circles are better. My favourite tracks on this one: Do You Have a Destination, Funny Papers, $5 Pony Rides, and Rick's Piano. My least favourite tracks: Mrs. Deborah Downer, Shangri-La, Transformations. My final verdict on this one: it's a powerful piece of his legacy. Not his best work, but I still gave it a solid 78 out of 100. So next up we have Rose Gray's Louder Please. This is actually a debut album, and I find it quite vibrant, it's energetic, it's full of infectious tracks. The production's quite polished, the hooks are catchy, and to be honest, the vibe is just undeniably fun. In saying that, it sometimes lacks depth, a bit of lacking variety at times to make it truly stand out in the long run, and the cohesion at times probably isn't just there. Favorite tracks on this one: Everything Changes But I Won't, Party People, First, and Free. Least favorite tracks: Damn, Louder Please, and Hackney Wick. The final verdict, I gave this one a 75 out of 100. It's a solid debut, she's got potential. Next up is Franz Ferdinand's recent album, The Human Fear. It's short, it's fun, it's full of energy, something I appreciate in a world of, I guess, unnecessarily bloated records with the likes of the Drakes of the world who produce these 32-track albums.
Oh my gosh, you like turtles? I like turtles too! What is happening here?
It's a happy, positive listen. It's nothing ambitious though. They stick to their strengths, and while it's not groundbreaking and it has its flaws, I think it's still breezy and it's a feel-good ride. Favorite tracks on this one: Audacious, Night or Day, Build It Up, Bar Lonely, and Cats. Least favorite tracks: Everyday Dreamer, Hooked, and Black Eyelashes. Final verdict: not their best, but still a fun listen. Gave this one a 69 out of 100. So yes, that is Ringo Starr. This is honestly not horrible for an 84-year-old who wasn't even the lead singer of the Beatles. The songwriting is quite predictable, but it's decent, and to be honest, there's something oddly endearing about a guy who is probably going to be gone in 15 to 20 years, still writing about love, peace, and the joy of life, so I don't hate it. Favorite tracks: I Live For Your Love and Thankful. Least favorite tracks: Rosetta and Come Back. Final verdict on this one: it's better than I expected. Probably won't revisit it though. 65 out of 100. We are getting to some of the poorer albums that I listened to this month. Up next we have Lil Baby's WHAM. So yeah, there's definitely some highlights, but overall it does feel like Lil Baby's kind of coasting here. I think he has so much potential, and there is glimpses of his talent on this, but I just feel like the album doesn't hit hard enough, it doesn't stay consistent enough to be memorable. It's okay, but there's just not much more going for it. Some absolute bangers, and then just a lot of inconsistencies and repetition. Favorite tracks on this one: Stuffy, Listen Up, Dumb and Dumber, and Stiff Gang. Least favorite tracks: Say Twin, Free Promo, Redbone, and So Sorry. Final verdict on this one: there's definitely some highlights, but it's mostly forgettable. I gave this one a 57 out of 100. Up next, Central Cee, Can't Rush Greatness. See, the irony of this title is it's almost too good, because maybe if Central Cee did take his time, this could have been better. I just think everything kind of blends together, the flows are repetitive, and the beats feel very interchangeable. You could honestly just swap them between tracks and you would barely notice a difference. I could go into more detail about, why this album is not great and why he's kind of, I guess, not reaching his full potential on this one, but I will just leave it at that because I do want to keep these videos nice and short and sweet. Favorite tracks on this one: CRG, No Introduction, 10, and GBP. Least favorite tracks: Up North, Gen Z Love, Walk-in Wardrobe, Gatta, and St. Patrick's. Final verdict on this one: 50 out of 100.
Buzz your girlfriend. Woof.
So that is it for the best, the worst, and the middle of the road kind of albums that I listened to in January. What were your favorite albums? Did I miss any? Did I miss any that you really loved or really hated? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe. And if you're new here, which I assume you are because it's the first video of my series, I'll be posting 2 videos every month. One, I'm going to break down the latest releases of the month, and then another is going to be a ranking or deep diving into an artist or a niche topic. It's going to just be something that I feel like talking about and making a video of. And speaking of which, next up, I'll be ranking Kanye West's entire discography. Since he's my favorite artist, seems like a perfect place to start. If you liked the video, if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more album reviews or more music content. Just doing this for a bit of fun. See you in the next one.
Finalize,